Hello Libra, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. If Libra is your sun, moon, or rising sign, this is your reading. Please hit the like button, leave a comment. Consider subscribing to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And if there is anything you would like me to pray over, or meditate upon, or send positive energy toward, please let me know. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger, and I ask you to connect directly with each of these cards and use your own intuition to take you beyond the details that I might provide. And remember, Libra, that the most important part of any tarot reading is you. And there we have that devil energy. Very interesting. A lot of hard work, a lot of ambition. Now, this bottom card wanted to come out as well. And what do we have? Ooh, Nine of Wands. Very nice. That shows some real strength, a lot of ambition, a lot of hard work, a lot of creativity. I think you are being driven forward by something within you and by the force of the universe, right? And this is kind of an unstoppable combination of forces right here. Let's put this into some context, though, shall we? The Lover's energy, more fire. We've got some nice balancing water. This is really beautiful. The Lover's card down here is about balance. It's about commitment. And I think we've got that, and we've got a nice balance with that water energy. Big transformations. Wow. This is really, really strong, really powerful energy. I think a lot of things are going to be happening in the next few days. Let's select our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card. And this is one card we select randomly from the Smith-Waite Tarot. We'll put Mr. Ed, the horse, of course, right on top. And we're not going to look at that card until the very end, okay? Hopefully it'll tie everything together, give us the confirmation that we need, all right? So let's look at these energies again, because we've got our trinity of major arcana with major, major, and major arcana. All right, so we've got our trinity of spiritual forces. We've definitely got fire. Some fire up here too. 1, 2, 3. Water, we have 1, 2, 3. Right? Very balanced, very balanced. We have some air energy, which is interesting here. And a little bit of air with this major arcana. Now, we don't have any earth cards per se. This devil energy is some cardinal earth energy. That's a Capricorn energy, right, with that devil card. So that's kind of taking the place of our earth, I think, right now. And I think what this is really talking about is this final push into manifestation, right? I think all of these things are coming together, and this is the kind of the home stretch here, right? I think that you're in for a very big win. I think this is a real jackpot moment for you. But I think it's too early to celebrate, right? We see the celebration coming next, coming tomorrow. Right now, it's a time to stay the course, to push a little bit harder. Keep doing what you're doing. But don't let up. Don't let off the gas, right? This is that, again, that cardinal earth energy. I feel like this is the home stretch into manifestation of everything that you've been working toward, working for, working on. Okay. It could be career. There's Pudgy, the cat, the barn cat, to confirm some of this for you. Maybe he'll come over and say hi. He doesn't usually jump onto the table here. He does in my wife's readings, though. She does the tea leaf readings over at Ula Tea Leaf Readings. TT, the hairless cat, she likes to come here and see us, right? She's our ally here. The devil energy is saying that, look, success is guaranteed. That jackpot is coming. It is right there in front of you. Tomorrow is going to be the celebration, but right now, don't take your foot off the gas, okay? I think you know that. I think that we're starting to see the finish line in sight. So there's maybe a temptation here. We get a little bit of temptation with that devil, right? A little bit of temptation to ease back on the gas, to start kind of enjoying your win already. You're kind of counting your chickens here, right? We're not there quite yet, okay? The next few days, I think, is when a lot of this starts to manifest and we see this really coming to fruition. Okay, this water, it's so nice that we have this balance of fire and water energy. Because I feel like all of your effort that you're putting into it is going to be worth it, right? I don't know if this is a career thing, if it's something with work, your own business, your own creative projects. Maybe it's a family thing, a relationship thing. Maybe you're building something at home. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But I feel like you're almost there, right? Almost there. I think you're an intensely passionate person, you know? I think that you, when you set your sights on something, when you really get going with something, you stay the course. The devil energy here, yes, it is a cardinal earth energy, so it's about the initial rush of a project or of an energy. But you have an ability to lock in, right? To almost hyperfixate on what you're doing. And I think that it really does carry you all the way to the finish line, okay? I think it's very necessary for us to maintain our vitality, maintain our health. That's, I think, a big part of this as well. We need to stay on the gas, right? We need to keep doing what you're doing. Don't let up. Don't stop working hard. Your success is this close, right? At the same time, you have to maintain your body and mind in health so that you can pursue this work. Just like in a race, whatever they do, the NASCAR stuff, right? I don't know how many people watch NASCAR. I don't watch it. My best friend does. It's okay to go into the pit, get a repair, get some gas, maybe get a, shot of water or something, and then you get back out there. So that's not necessarily quitting or slowing down or giving up. It's a necessary pit stop, right? And I think that might be why we have a balance here of the fire and the water. It's saying, yes, we need to stay the course. We need to keep our foot on the gas. You need to keep working hard because you're almost there. But take care of yourself. Don't let the wheels fall off here, okay? I think that you maybe have experienced some burnout before. Here's the 10 of Wands. This is in yesterday's energy. This is the past. This is behind us. And this is, well, it's different than the 9, right? Because this is energy that has run forward so fast, pedal to the metal for so long that the wheels did come off, right? Maybe you experienced some burnout, some fatigue. Maybe you kind of ran yourself ragged where you actually got physically ill. It opens you up to illnesses and infections and sicknesses. Because I think when we're that run down, it compromises our immune system a little bit. Now, I'm no doctor, and this isn't a medical reading. I was an EMT for a short while. But that's not the point. I think you're familiar with that. So it's really a delicate kind of balance. And we said that the balance was here with this lover's energy. Now, we don't have the Libra type of balance. The Libra type of balance is, kind of like everything is equal, right? Everything is even. That's not what we have with this. This balance isn't everything being even. This is everything being equivalent, right? There's a difference, I think, between equal to equivalent. And I think what this is signifying is that you have such a commitment and a connection to this work that you're doing that we don't need a balance, 50% work, 50% rest, or whatever it is. No, we know that we need 99% work. And just enough slowness, just enough rest, just enough, self-care to keep us going for now, because this is the home stretch, right? So this is the level of commitment, and this is understanding what it takes to follow through with your commitments, right? We've taken an oath here, right? We'll get to this a little bit further, but I love this fire energy. right into this devil energy, because I feel like this was maybe an attempt before. Maybe you've tried to do the same thing once, but maybe we kind of got burned out. We didn't quite make it. I know this is the 10 of Wands. It's supposed to mean completion. It's supposed to be the end of the cycle of fire, and I think it was. I don't think it reached manifestation. I think we burned out here. So now we're learning how to sustain this. We have Sun and Moon conjoined. This we have more. There's more strength in this 9 of Wands than in this 10 of Wands. Maybe the 10 of Wands actually was something that we were trying to split our energy between, let's say, 2 or more things. And that was really the cause of the burnout, because we couldn't just channel all of our efforts, laser focus like this devil energy, that we were trying to maybe do 2 different things at the same time. So maybe now we're a little bit more unified. Maybe we have this 9 of Wands as this true connection with our lunar energy. In other words, this is the work, this is the project, this is the effort, whatever we're talking about here. I honestly don't know. It doesn't really matter. I think it's going to be different for all of us. It could be a life path generally. It could be something you're working on creatively, financially, career-wise, or in your domestic life, whatever it is, right? Whatever. We now have this lunar connection with it, that we can understand it intuitively, and it's almost like that is the song of the siren that is driving us forward and is leading us. It's calling us to it, right? And it's singular. It's one song that we hear. And I think it's that connection that you have found that really is the source of strength, right? And that source of strength requires you to commit to it. I think you've married yourself to this task, project, whatever it is. Okay. It could be a relationship. It could be something you're building at home. It could be, your career or your art, whatever it might be, your spiritual work. We have taken the oath to complete this. Okay, I think that you've made a promise to yourself or to whomever that you are going to succeed this time, and nothing can stop you, right? Nothing can stop you. So I think we have the right configuration of forces, especially the fire energy now, where we can get this. We can get this jackpot, right? And I'm curious what this is really resulting in, or what this is going to look like for you. But I see in tomorrow's energy, the 3 of Cups, celebration. This is you kind of finishing the race, though I don't really think of it as a race, but we use that NASCAR analogy. This is you finishing this work and really feeling overjoyed with it, right? Whoever's involved in this with you, it's a celebration. There's a lot of abundance being produced here. This is real satisfaction. You're understanding how staying the course and committing to what you believe in, committing to your work and to your efforts, you understand how this kind of effort really does create love, an abundance of joy and connection and satisfaction and significance in your life. Right? This is basically the Ace of Cups, but in motion. It's flowing. It's a fountain, fountain of youth, a fountain of prosperity, a fountain of healing. Really depends on what you're doing and where this energy is manifesting for you. But this is the jackpot here. Okay, whatever cards come next, this is the big win. Okay, and this is the feeling that we have. This is the joy of that win, even though the win is going to look different for all of us. But the feeling is going to be pretty similar, right? And this is really amazing. I want to see about this 6 of Cups that's up here. This is kind of this is maybe what we're aspiring to. It really, especially when we look at it in context with this Lover's energy, really feels like we are striving for a deeper connection in our lives. with our, I don't know, our pets, our plants, our people, whatever it might be. The Six of Cups, I think you're someone that really doesn't want to just win for yourself, right? This jackpot is not just for you alone, it's for everyone. Your friends, your family, your loved ones. I think that the connection you have with your people is very important to you. I think that you are trying to establish a life with your loved ones, your pets, plants, people, that is tranquil and harmonious. I think maybe we're trying to solidify something, we're trying to accomplish something that's going to, in some ways, even in a very small degree, alleviate some suffering in the world, right? Because this is pleasure. When you've got a Six of Cups, you're not really feeling much pain or sorrow, for the moment at least, right? So I think this is a life that is harmonious. And it's very cool that the Six of Cups is basically a kind of doubling of the three, right? It's a mirror image. And this is kind of that, like I said, it's almost like that Ace of Cups, like that, the source, right, of all of this abundant water energy. And this is that water energy now reflected in your life, right? So it's not just a big win, not just a jackpot, not just this joyous feeling for you in here, but it's something now that you are offering. It's something that you are exuding, right? You're radiating this kind of joy and love. And I think it's being reflected back to you from the universe, from your environment, right? And I think this is the big win. This is the jackpot, this water energy. Okay, I really like that. Now, as we move to the path of the serpent, we see the death card first and foremost. We have the death and the devil. Very cool. Because this is very slow but steady transformation. This is like the water energy that will slowly carve out a valley or a ravine through the mountains, through the rock, right? You know, like the Grand Canyon kind of thing. Slowly, over thousands or millions of years, the water energy, it's slow, but it's steady, right? Water is the subtle force, but it is the most powerful force, right? Because of its subtlety. And speaking of subtlety, here we have our Sphinx cat, TT. She has come to join us. And she is not always very subtle, right? And I think the fire energy, especially the cardinal, right? This is the fire of Earth, this Capricorn, this devil energy. This is not so subtle. This is out there, larger than life, doing this work. The death card is more subtle. So we have kind of this subtlety and this very blunt devil energy. So I think the reason why this is here is because we're looking at the bigger picture here. We know that this is yet one, perhaps this is one very small jackpot in a larger life plan that you have. Yeah. That this is not the end of the road. This is not where your journey stops. Perhaps this is just the beginning of your journey, right? Perhaps this is just the beginning. The death card is also here to subtly remind us that as we go through this, as we achieve these things, because again, I think you're on kind of the home stretch. This jackpot is very close. I think the next few days, probably 3 days, the next 3 days are going to be very important, very crucial to this. I think a lot of changes are happening in the next 3 days. It's important for you to easily let go of things because so much is going to be happening. I mean, we see just the last 2 cards on the path of the serpent, this fire and water, right? It's a lot of this fire and water, which on the path of the dove kind of feels like it's balancing us. It's tempering us, it's cooling us off, it's kind of, it's healing us as we continue this push. But on the path of the serpent, it kind of feels like this is a lot of activity, right? This is fire and water that is kind of producing a little bit of steam here, which we'll talk about. But before we talk about that, the death card shows up to remind us that, hey, a lot is going to be happening. You have to be able to let negative energy go very quickly. Just small inconveniences, frustrations, annoyances, small meaningless insults or something. Just let that stuff go. Let that negative energy go, you know? There's no sense hanging on to it now because we're trying to get to that finish line as fast as possible. And if we're holding on to a lot of these, a lot of this emotional residue, it's going to weigh us down, right? So now, if there's ever a time to let go of things, energy, memories, emotions, hard feelings, grudges, right? Whatever it is. If there was ever a time to let go of that stuff, it's now. Because you're almost at that finish line and we want to be as light as possible. I wish we had a Fool card here. But maybe the Fool would be too light, you know. So I think that this is important because a lot is happening. Now, the next card, this is the only air energy we see. The 10. TT, she still wants to talk about the death card. Let's talk about the 10 of Swords, though, for a moment, okay? The 10 of Swords is in the position of our environment. It is the position of timing. It's the position of our, of our relationship with the environment, yeah? And it's a card all about ruin, right? And this isn't as dire as we think. To me, this represents us breaking through the last of the, at the finish line, there's that tape, and you have to break through the tape, at the end of the race or whatever. This is kind of what that feels like. It's that we're breaking free of a lot of this mental, emotional baggage, really. This residue. It's like things are just drying, cracking, and falling away from us. Almost like we're shedding skin as we charge toward our finish line. Yeah. I think that this is also letting go of any kind of relationships or grudges or hard feelings, that sort of thing, that are weighing us down, that aren't necessary, that really don't feel as significant anymore because we're so close to our jackpot. Yeah. So it really is a time, I think, and that's, again, part of this death energy, is to let go of these things that, if we got stuck here, they would kind of slow us down, they would distract us, they would kind of pull us away from our goal, and we might not even really attain it, right? We can get trapped in this snare of arguments. And I think it's the steam, really, that's created by these two. The steam of the fire and the water, it manifests as conflicts, distractions, just anything that we might get ensnared by before we reach our goal. And the universe, spirit is saying, before this even happens, it's saying, let go of that stuff. That's going to slow us down when we are on our way here. So we see then the Knight of Cups, and this is in the position of what we don't want. And this is fire of water. This might represent a Cancer person in your life. It could be a Cancer person. It could be a water sign person generally. Maybe there is something going on. For some of you, it might be resonating that way. As part of this idea of letting go of unnecessary junk, right? We're speeding to the finish line. We got to throw out all the extra parts, all the stuff we don't need, so we can just pick up a little bit of speed. Yeah. I think this is also the rejection of too much of this tempering water, right? This is kind of like an airplane, before they land, they're going to dump the fuel or whatever, right? So that they're lighter. This is kind of the same thing, that we, at this last run, this final stretch, this home stretch that we're on, we don't want to get overly emotional about it. We don't want to start, well, kind of celebrating. We don't want to start counting our chickens or spending our money before we achieve it, right? Before it hatches. So we have to kind of get rid of this. It's almost like we're already rehearsing our thank you speech, but we haven't accomplished anything yet, right? So we need to put a hold on this energy, right? We do need a little bit of the water energy in order to take care of ourselves, to heal, to be nourished, to keep ourselves going. This is the idea of we still keep the goal in mind, but we don't necessarily obsess over the goal or the results, right? Oh God, I can't wait to get that money. I can't wait to publish that thing or whatever we're doing, right? We focus on the work here and now. We keep the goal in mind, like I said, but we don't fixate or obsess over the results of the work, what we're going to get in return for it, right? Because it is coming. We know it's coming, but we can't focus on that now, right? Because that, I think, is something that's going to cause some of this steam, and this is what we have to let go of. This is, and I know steam can power an engine and things like that, but I don't feel like this is that kind of steam. I feel like this is more just scrap metal, that we need to let go of. Because the final word here is activity, right? Fire energy. Prince of Wands. This is someone with this intense creative passion, commitment. It's a fixed fire sign now. We had the cardinal earth, right? Which was the beginning of the home stretch, kind of on the last lap kind of thing. And now we have that fixed fire. So this is really just keep your foot on the accelerator, right? And do it. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. I think we're almost at the finish line, right? That's what we have here. I want to look at the mystery card. What does Mr. Ed say? TT, what do you think the mystery card's going to be? Thank you, Mr. Ed. She's purring really loud today. She knows this is a good one. What do we think this is going to be? Well, I mean, Wheel of Fortune, maybe. Maybe another Three of Cups. I kind of think Wheel of Fortune. I think we need one kind of, one kind of a solid result here. This kind of like a winner's circle. There may be a Four of Wands. I'm seeing something kind of wheel-shaped, right? No, I'm thinking Wheel of Fortune. This is the jackpot. This is the big win. This is confirmation that you can see the goal in front of you now. It's so close. But now's not the time for us to get into an argument with someone next to us or to get into a little scuffle or kerfuffle. It's not time for us to start thinking about all the ways we're going to spend our money, right? Stay focused. Keep your hand on the wheel, your foot on the accelerator. We're almost there. Almost there. This is beautiful. This is your time. I think this is destined for you, right? But like anything in life, you could thwart this destiny or attempt to, right? Through your efforts. So you have to do the work if you want to manifest this jackpot. You can't just, let go of the wheel and close your eyes. You've got to continue doing the work, and you will achieve this. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and do an extended reading. If you would like to stick around, click either above or below in the description box. That'll give you access to all of the extended readings so you can cross-watch, check your other placements. New readings come out every day, 6 a.m. Chicago time. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. Yeah. I want to thank you for being here, and thank you for letting me read for you.